All right. So here, that's okay. What you're looking at here, first of all, is one of my VIPs, and we tried doing something around using webhook. All right. It's all about webhook and things and things. Now this is strictly to his business. So he has a business he wants to do. All right, he has a business he wants to do. But he has his business, so he wants to use anything in his business. So that is what we are doing. So this is the last class, right? The last class. But I want to get with 1 day 3. I think we have to be 41. Oh, close up. Yes, this is it, right? This is the code note, the almighty code note, right? So here, I want to give um hold on, I want to check something. So we are going to do a couple of things today, and we'll be having 5 minutes break. Right? Once we hit 12 o'clock, we'll be having 5 minutes break. Okay. So now we'll be looking at the code node again. We'll look at this code node, right? And we'll look at the code node and and error management and the HTML. Some of you will be like, how do we manage errors when there are errors and all that? So I'm going to start introducing these things to you. These things are actually the things that should have been introduced class 1, class 2. But if I give you all at once, head go full, eye go block. You understand? So let me come here and wipe this code. This one. So I'm going to rename here. Remember that you have to name your workflow. So week. This is today. This is week 2, right? The 1. The 2 day 1. Now, I was so much impressed that some people here use the code node outside what I thought. Jonathan, somebody used it to do football team simulation. Someone used it to do football team simulation. Someone used it for this. Look at this email here. Let me show you this email. Why I say, yes, please, if you are here, just signify that you're here. This is, you told me that this is your first time to build workflow, right? But this is your first time to build workflow. Well, yeah, I think so. Who would believe that this person, this is his third workflow he's building? According to him, and like this is third workflow. See how clean the HTML email is? Look at it, right? I filled it and I got it. Yes, our thing is currently, look at it, got everything here well organized. And this here is as a result of the code node assignment I did. Understand? If you're reading this email, you say, this is actually a professional email. And trust me, it is, right? This is what somebody did. Now, that is why I always say I'm proud of you guys. So you need to do more. You need to add more effort. At least this person, if I'm to evaluate myself, how proud I should be as a teacher, I will tell you that I will be at least 60% proud. I don't know if you want to score me more, you can score me more. But I'll say I'll be 50% proud so far from what I've seen. Yeah, I'll be 100%, where I'll be 90% proud is when we enter AI area. AI aspect, right? So now, you can use any of the nodes in different use cases, context, scenario, tailor it down to what you want to do. Do you understand? By understanding the functions of the core nodes. The functions of the core nodes. How many core nodes did I say? Everybody unmute your mic. How many core nodes did I introduce to you? How many core nodes did I introduce to you? How many of them? How many call nodes?
25.
3.
25.
Someone say three.
22.
More than 20.
Okay. I will go with
25.
25. Yes, it's actually 25 call nodes I introduced to you. If you check your workflows, all the workflows you've been using, you'll see that, I told you from the one that whether you like it or not, you must, it is not negotiable, you must use one or two or three call nodes, whether you like it or not. Now, what are those call nodes that you've been using? If you check, you've been using your AD suite call node, you understand? Depending on what you want to do, you use your switch or your if or your filter call node. Those are the call nodes. Or you use your webhook or you use your code node. All those are call nodes, right? Because they are not app-based. That Gmail you're using is an app-based node. Sheet that you're using is an app-based node. It is not a call node. They are not call nodes. They are app-based, application-based, software-based, another software somewhere, right? There is one node I have not introduced to you yet, but we are going to also look at it today. You understand? Now, there is all the fact, and that is HTTP. But I will introduce HTTP and webhook. We are going to make use of them the same period, all right, so that you don't get so confused about it and you now start getting scared. See how we are doing it gradually by gradually, right? Good. So now we are going to use this same code node. We use the same code node to do something very simple. All right. For some of you who be wondering, okay, they want to make newsletter. So we are going to do something within the pipeline of a newsletter. All right, newsletter. Let's pick news from different platforms and see what code node can do for us. Then we will use, now this time around, we are going to use up to 10 nodes, 10 call nodes. That means you are going to start from beginning. We keep building, keep building, keep building, keep building, keep building. Probably get to the far end without even touching an app building. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Who is scared? Because I said keep building, keep building, keep building. Who is scared? If you're scared, let me see your face. Anybody scared? Anybody here scared?
Partially.
Precious actually, yeah? You're scared?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Okay. No worry. Go and buy a bag of pure water and keep beside you. That's easier. All right, so here, we've not used schedule trigger before. So today, we are going to use schedule trigger. All right, we're going to use schedule trigger. And this schedule trigger, look at it. We're going to use schedule trigger. So, assuming, okay, let me explain what I want us to do to explore how else you can use the code node. I'll show you how you can use the code node in a business, in lead cleaning, data cleaning, yeah, right? How about another kind of use case? Okay, we can use it too, all right? We can also use it to protect your AI agent when we get here. Because when you publish your AI agent, imagine your AI agent has access to your database and somebody is going to inject a link or inject a malicious link or something. You can use this code node to clear it before it gets to the AI agent, right? You're going to explore those things. For now, what we're going to explore is how can this code node clean other types of data that is not just lead? Do you understand? How can it clean other types of data that is not just a lead? All right. So using schedule trigger, which schedule trigger, just like you know, is a trigger that runs with a specific schedule. If you want this trigger to run every day, it will run every day. If you want it to run every minute, it will run every minute. So let's put it to run every 1 hour. Okay, let's say this case. We're cutting our schedule trigger. How, why, and how did I get to use schedule trigger? Why did I? What made me choose it? When do I need to choose it? How did I choose it? Which scenario made me choose it? All right, let me answer all this. Why did I choose it? Because I wanted to pull news items from the news platform at interval. You need to pull at specific interval. So when I need something to be pulled at specific interval, I will use it. How? By selecting it from the list of nodes. All right. When do I have to do it? When I need something to be run or to be run within in a specific interval. Which scenario? Any workflow or any solution that I am doing that requires or is time-based requires me to do something in specific interval. Do you understand? Then, which other one do I need to choose? I'm going to show you something, and when I add these things now, I will need somebody to ask questions. I will need somebody to ask questions. One, two. Remember there is RSS trigger, but I chose not to use RSS trigger, and I'm using RSS. So I'll be expecting. So if you don't ask the question I'm expecting, I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to do that explanation. So I'll be expecting the question. Any questions? Okay. Look at the question I was asking. I was expecting. I was expecting a question like, what is the difference between this setup here? Look at this setup I'm highlighting. What is the difference between this setup versus when I'm using switch or if node? What is the difference? The difference is that this one does not have branches. It does not have branches. It activates if it activates. So just like you've known by now that your workflow N8N runs by branches. The first branch would run first, second branch will run first, third branch will run first. Or first line will run, second line will run, third line will run, right? Now, this is not branch. It is different activation lines. Do you understand? This one here is not conditioned. It is not conditioned. So when you have things like this, for instance, you have AI, for instance, AI agents here. Let me put it, for instance, and you have another one, let me use just any node here. Right. This here is not, let me do this. This is not conditional branching. But when you're using your if, your filter, your switch, those are conditional branching. Even your code node can give you a conditional branching. All right, this is not conditional branching. This simply means that this one output here will output the same data to here. It will output the same data to here. It will output the same data to here. So it's more like you are pushing bicycle. Yeah. Let's say you are pushing bicycle. You have two people you want to push bicycles, right? And both of them have stayed on their bicycle. And you want to help them push out the bicycle. Maybe kids, maybe adults, you want to help them push out bicycle. You hold one by your right, hold one by your left. You push them together. Do you understand? Or you push one first, push the other one second. What does it mean? You're pushing them on the same rope. Okay? What it simply means is that They are coming from one source. The same energy is going out to different bicycles. Do you understand? On the same road. However, if it is the same data that is flowing into them, but if you now say, okay, this one go to road A, this one go to road B, that is conditional. That is your if, that is your switch. Conditional. Code A, code B, differently. Do you understand? So it's different from this one. I don't know how else I could explain this, but I hope you understand what I mean.
So sorry. So basically, you're saying these arrow SS read node, the same information flows through the three of them.
Yes, the same information from here flows into the three of them.
Okay.
But how?
Yes.
Sorry, please. How do you connect the three to one input to three outputs?
Okay. At the edge of that node, you see that my cursor has turned plot at this edge here. Look at this edge here. This plot to add. So let me say I add something here. Let me add a bit here, for instance. Add a bit here. Okay. See how it's connected. So I want to connect another one. I will go back to the root. Can you see?
Yeah.
I'll go back to the root. I am not coming here. I'm going back to the root here to add. Or you drag it. You drag it to add something else. You understand? You just drag it. Okay, let me just add something else there. I've added something. You can see here.
Okay.
God bless you. Okay, so what I want to do now is a news pipeline, newsletter pipeline, right? Now, I want to get newsletter from CNN, BBC, and which other platform would you like us to get from?
Ajozera.
AIT.
Okay, AIT. That sounded. Would AIT have RSS feed? So now, so each of these news platforms have RSS links, right? But now we wouldn't want to go to RSS. Now we wouldn't want to go to RSS platform to go and be paying for RSS feed. So we can just use AI. Sorry, we can just use AI to get the actual RSS. So I'll just tell it to give me functional RSS feed links for one, CNN, two, which one? BBC, right? Three, Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera. Let's see if it will have AI to share for AIT. Oh, feed link. That's a feed long. Let's just for it to produce this. All right. Now, sometimes the RSS feed can actually be bad in the sense that they are not giving you up to date link or up to date news. So, what you have to do also reiterate. It will be better. It will be best if you go to RSS platform. Okay, if you go to RSS, I think it's RSS. What's that website? But you only have 1 month free trial. You have 1 month free trial before you start paying. So let's not go into there, right? Okay, now look at this. 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 Oh yeah, Madam AIT. No official public RSS feed for AIT. All right. Now, there's something here, me that is reading, there's something I'm seeing here, which one may not really work, but let's try this with this. Let's try, let's try this CNN top stories. Okay. I'm putting it inside here. All right. So we put URL. Let's execute and see the news item. First of all, I'm going to check is there current news, the news date. I'm going to check the news date, published date. Look at it. Can you see published date? This is where you now use your code node. Now, this published date, if there is no new news item here, I don't have to use it. Do you understand? I don't have to use it. I would. These are 2003 news items, right? But then I would just tell the AI, right, to give me make CNN RSS feed link to a recent news with dot xm sorry xml. Now, why I wanted to make it .xml is because of things. I know this one will be most this one will be correct, right? And from my experience in the past, I know the ones that have with .xml, those ones usually have more up-to-date news. Understand? So these are the things. You have to have some things in your head, though. You get project alternative. So it's still giving me what frequently updated edition word project with direct edition. Okay, let's check this and see the news item. Right. As an automation specialist, or engineer, like I said, you must never assume. You have to do until you get it right. You understand? And I like the fact that I will not come have all these things prepared so that when they are happening, you see how they are happening and you would learn from them. All right. Now, this guy here, no link, no CNN link is actually giving us the thing, right? Look, all CNN links here are old news. Old news. Strictly provide recent news.
So why don't you try using the, why don't you try adding here to it? Maybe filter it to be here.
No. I don't want to add it. I don't want to add it because I want us to use. I want us to use. I want us, okay, let's get love stories. I want us to use the code name to do some of that. That's the essence of this class, right? The code name. Now look at this love story. Okay, 53. Let's go to 53 and see public date. Public date is not available. 53 of the available. So I wonder why this. Let me do a comparison. Why it's not. Let me do a comparison to know why it's not giving me what I want actually. Let me be. Yeah. Let me check why it's CNN here. Why it's not working. Let me check the difference. Okay, it is New York Times appeared to the CNN. So what happened with this? Okay, top story. Okay, top story. Let me see. Is it not top stories? I just copy it now. So what changed in CNN? What changed CNN, CNN underscore substory, CNN underscore substory dot RSS dot RSS. That is it. That's just a CNN.com. That's just a CNN.com. That is it now. So what now happened? Why is it not giving us? Okay, we are going to do something sharp. When we put the code node, we'll see how this is with the one. Right? Let me use the top story. Okay, top story is here. Then I'm going to get that of BBC, right? BBC, and I copy the link and I take BBC. I'm going to rename this to N8N. I'm going to rename this to BBC. All right, let's rename this to BBC. Yeah, I'll put BBC here. I'm going to rename the, let me click this spot. Al Jazeera. Why did Al Jazeera open straight up? Why? Okay. I want to rename this to Al Jazeera. It's Al Jazeera. Okay. Now I want you people to look at this very well. Watch this line, watch this line, watch this line, how it will work. When I say N8N execution or data transmission work line by line, just watch how it will work. Watch it closely. Are your eyes there now? I want to hit execute. Are your eyes there?
Yes, sir. Our eyes is there, but it's blurring.
Your eyes are blurring on my screen. Screen is blurry.
The eyes don't.
Yeah, not understand it.
She meant understanding anything, no. Like,
Understanding no more.
you're taking us to where we don't know.
Okay, calm down. You understand it, right? Don't be scared yet. It's very simple. I'm just doing only one thing. Okay? So let me hit execute now. When I hit execute, see what's going to happen. Okay. Did you see? This one ran, this one ran, this one ran. Okay. But they were so fast because it's just going to run only one node each. Now it means that inside CNN has 69 news items. BBC has 34 news items. Al Jazeera has 35 news items. Now look at this. Inside the CNN, there will be news of 2 years ago, there will be news of yesterday, there will be news of today. The same thing as BBC, the same thing as Al Jazeera. But we want to only make use of news of today. Now, let's assume you're running a blog. Let us assume you are running a blog and you want to be pulling news from these people and rewriting it to your own, what is it called? Your own blog. Okay, but you have to also give them credit. I am going to introduce a little bit of AI here so that we can rewrite it. Okay? But then the next class will now enter into AI proper. You know that I always end my class with introduction of the next class. Okay, just like I think we are doing series. When a series wants to end, we'll just introduce next episode. All right, or next week on. So that's how I'll be making this class. So now I'm going to add the agent field. You already know what the agent field is. Okay, I'm going to add. When I add it to mark those data that I need, I remember that you can add extra items to your agent field. Do you understand? So here, what are those items I need? The items I need from here are one, the news title, News link. Do I need news link? Depending on you. Okay. Published date. When was it published? GUID. That is the ID of the news. All right. And the news content. News content. Do you understand? Now, this content is showing undefined. Yeah. Now, if the news content doesn't work, let's make use of snippet because sometimes it will be okay. Yes, snippet is still showing undefined. Is it lucky? I hope it's not lucky. That is showing undefined. Okay. Let me try something here. If it's still going to show undefined. I hope it's not lucky. It's still showing undefined. How do we break this? It's still showing on fine. But the content is here for showing undefined. Okay, let's check something here. Content is showing null. All right. Okay, so that is showing null. Let me see. Let me check object. There's not going to be an object, right? So these incidents cases like this are from the RSS feed link. Most times there's actually nothing you can do about it. If you change your RSS feed link, change your feed, you look at it. Okay, so let me see if I can convert, or let me ignore conversion type error. Let me check that can work. No, include other in feed type. Okay, so snippet has worked, but let me adding snippet. It did not work, right? Snippet did not work. Snippet did not work, but here it came in. And here it's working, right? But then I want to actually check why that is happening. So first one, GUID content. Okay, fine. I have to include other input fields, you understand, to be able to get it. But I don't know why this happens like this on what's it called, on CNN. So let's see. Is it also going to happen the same on BBC? So let's check. You may never know. Right? So I'm going to add the edit feed again. I'm going to add. Now there is something. There's something I need to add here inside this edit feed. It does not exist, but I'm going to add it. Now the reason I'm going to add it is that when we are instructing the code node to do something, it's going to pick that item. So let's say news source, and we put the news source CNN. You understand? And when I execute, let's see what's going to happen here. See? All right. CNN is there as news source, right? Then when I come here, I execute this guy. And I'll go and wait at the edit field and check everything. You know, I just duplicated, right? Everything is okay. If everything is okay, that's fine. I'm going to put news source, and I'll put here what the news source of here.
BBC.
Yes, BBC. Now look at what I said, that issue is actually from CNN. Look at here. I see that this one is working. the snippet is working, right? Snippet is working. So I'm going to use the content, right? So let me just be patient enough to rename the news content. All right. And I'll put the content. Let's see if the content is going to work. Content works. So that CNN link is the issue. This GUI, that is the IP of the news. So I'm going to put your news dates. All right. Then I'll put news link. If you need news link, you can use news link. Then news title. You understand? So these are the items we need from here. Okay. These are the items we need. That's it. Okay. I'm going to publish. I'll put on this off. And news title, news link, give you ID content, news stuff. Now, why am I adding news source? So that when I need to tell the code node to allow each news source to have their own source attached to them. All right. So that if you are rewriting the news, if you are writing the news, it's going to be a lot more easier, all right, for you to, or for your AI or anything you're using to rewrite the news. It's going to be easier for you to just rewrite a news. So let's say Al chat 0. You understand? So look at it here. And when is this new? When was it published? Date? It's 8 March. So Al Jazeera. So that CNN link is actually having. Okay. Al Jazeera's news is up to date. BBC news is up to date. Only CNN news is having issues. Then another thing I'm going to do now. We have gotten this, right? We have gotten this. In this CNN, look at this CNN news. There are 69 news items. 69 news items. Now tell me, are you going to be packing 69 news items and sending out to people or publishing at a time? Here there are 39, right? Or 30 something, and here there are 25 items. I go to when you calculate them, 69 plus 39 plus 25, that is 100 and something. I go to be publishing them all at once. The answer is no. First of all, you have to screen them to remove the news items that are not up to date. So what do? You execute this. That is where we now use code node in another scenario. Out of these 69 items, we will now screen only current day news. Only the current day. That is what we need. Okay. Now I'll have to now add the function node. Function node is also called code node. Code in JavaScript. Okay. As I have this code node now, what next do I have to do? I'll just copy both of them. Take it to my AI and tell it to telling me to upgrade. I don't want to upgrade. Give me JavaScript code to 1 output only current day news. 2 append news source to each news item. E.g. credits, for example, or credit each news source. Credit each news source. Okay. Number 3 again, what else do you want it to do? What else do you want it to do? Okay, let's just use only this two, right? So I'll now tell it output only ready to copy code and use rechecks. We are in this. Now feed it that. Mind you that sometimes error will occur. When the error occurs, copy it just like I told confidence. Copy it and take it back. Do you understand? Now look at it. Okay, so I'm going to copy it. I've copied that code and I've taken it to code notes here, right? See, it's actually good that as you are in this now, this will give you an avenue to be gradually studying this code, so that sometimes you can, it will get to a point where you start looking at this code and you understand that, okay, this code is wrong or is not wrong. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Now look at this. No output. Are you seeing? No output. What happened? Why was there no output? Let me check another name. It's possible that there is no output because there is no current base name. But also there is no output here. I have confirmed that the code node has an issue. You understand? And I'll take it here and go back. This is one of the biggest problems you have in code node. It will not give you output. You understand? It's one of the frequent, not the frequent problems that it will not give you output. Now say there was so output corrected. Okay, so copy it and you feed it again so that it will read, because here is the corrected version. Okay, compare only the of both the keep items instead of nulling them directly after each. Okay, so let's see what corrected here. Let me use that ability first. Let me use that ability. And let's see what the ability is. You know output, right? So it means that this is since today is what? Today is what? Since 8th of this, right? So let's now check the date.
But how later give you output for CCNN?
Yes. Which AI did you use? Did you use
CNN for CNN.
no, which did you use ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Okay. So mine has not given me right. So it hasn't really corrected what I told it to, right? So I'm going to now say that okay. Ensure that there is output for current stage.
Excuse me,
But
sir. I think you
yes,
pasted the first this thing in BBC instead of CNN.
yeah, it doesn't matter. It should work. It should work. Do you understand? It doesn't matter, it should work, yeah. So okay, I'll not say there is currently no output. If I take this thing to Grok now, Grok is going to give me an output immediately. Now you see, the reason you are seeing no output is that most in full-time sandwiches and we provide compared to this. So we can fix this by comparing only the day month. We concern you anyhow way you want to and make we do and you understand? I guess it's because
It's
this
time
has
zone. I think
time zone. Yes. What did you say?
I think it's because of the time zone. That's why not outputting any results.
Yeah, it's comparing it, but then look at what is going to happen now. Let me take this to Croc. Let me take this crop. Let me take this crop and let Rock do something for me here. For those who will be using things like Copilot, Claude, those are very, very easy. As in, those are the most accurate. Now, the person that was asking me the other day, which how to get Rock whatever, this is Rock Expert. You just choose, right? So I'm choosing Rock Expert. All right. Now, Brock is going to probably I should have removed the reject. Did you use reject? The person that got asked you, did you use reject?
No.
You did not use rejects, right? Yeah.
And you said you're going to tell us what reject does. You have not explained that to us yet.
Reject simply means regular expression, just like your regular expression, how something should look or how it sounds. Just okay, hold on. This remember at the end of this class, right? So that is still Brock is giving me no outfit. This is wonderful. This is no wonderful, right? Okay, I'll say remove reject. There is currently no out. So let's see what I did. Wow. Okay. This is actually the longest that's taking. You know how to press. All right, let me do it from afresh now and say Rock. State. Please move Java script code for the code node to output only current days, current days news and news. So, okay. Let me remove the news source. The current days news. Let's just only current days news. So let me do this current days news. When we're writing with AI can, as the AI agent,
Sir,
AI agent, yes, yes.
are you sure that the AI is not actually trying to output the news based on the current time that we are in?
No, I told the current day, not current time. The current day, so you should pick only the current day and attribute. Oh, okay. To screen, I think another thing is to screen. If it doesn't work, I will check the terminology to screen and output. Yeah, look at it now. That outputted the current day. So let's see how many items did it output? 10 items. So which means 34 items came in. So it means that 24 items are not days, right? So let me check that of CNN. But I'm doubting CNN's own should even be. Yes. I wasn't really expecting CNN to actually send anything because what we saw there, we are 2003, 2003, 2003, right? So let's check this again for Al Jazeera and see which news is going to active. How many is going to active? 22. So out of the 25 items, Al Jazeera has 22 items, right? Al Jazeera has, so it's only CNN that doesn't have news items to active. Now let us check physically and see the CNN news. All right, let's see the CNN news to see the date. So I'll use the table and go to the pub date. Look at the pub date, 2023, 2023, 2023. Let me go to the last slide. No, 2023, 2023. So CNN has 2023 news item, which is quite strange. Let me go back to that RSS and see if any other RSS from CNN can actually work there. The top story very active. So I'm going to use the word news. I'm going to use the word news. Let's see if there are going to be recent news items. You know, recent news items. How do we get current CNN RSS? That's going to be an issue. So let me tell Grok. Give me CNN RSS feed for breaking news for current. Maybe CNN has stopped it for current breaking news. Maybe they've locked their stuff, right? Still gave that one, and the one I've been using before now is this one. So I don't really know why. And like I told you, these are dependent on other people's service. So there's nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault, it's not your fault. You understand? So this is 2024, 2024. You can see again, 2024 here. There's no 2026 at all. So let's change it to New York Times instead. So we can use script. Give me NY Times. So let's use that of New York Times and see if we can get the New York Times RSS. Okay, let's use RSS feed for New York Times. Instead of CNN to give us headache. All right, so now the New York Times has how many items? 17 items. So these 17 items, let's check. These 17 items it produced. 17 items. Are there? Okay, yeah. Today's news is there. So let's see how many current days news it will produce. My system is kind of slowing down now. Saturday 28th. Okay. News source, New York Times. All right. New York Times. Let's see. Yeah, it did not produce anything here. So I'm going to take it back and ask it why it did not produce anything. So, see why I keep telling you guys that when you watch videos and the videos are 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, everything went well, and you're doing it, it's not giving you are frustrated. That is because it's a lie. That is because it is an edited video. Have I said it several times in this class? That's because they will cut out all the. So imagine I'm supposed to post this video on YouTube. Would I start posting all these errors? I won't post all these errors, right? And so I'll say code node
Is that you, guys? Can you seek for attention? Our head are already cracking.
I'm going to give some minutes break, right?
It's not about the
Currently,
break. It's about
uh,
getting what you are saying.
so okay, so what is the problem here?
Everything is the problem. Like everything.
Okay, so yeah, ask your question.
I don't even know what to ask because I'm not getting anything. Like, can I even do this when you ask me to?
Okay, so this is it.
Okay, so let me. I have something to ask to create
Yeah.
some clarity from my end.
Mm.
Um, from if you can just go back to your screen, I would really appreciate.
Yeah, I'm on my screen now.
No, I mean back to the notes. The whole yes, thank you. So from my understanding, I just want to see if I'm following you properly.
Mm-hmm.
The schedule that note is going to get what we want to start implementing. Like maybe the period of like we scheduled here, we said hourly, right? You said we should schedule it by hourly. So that will start there, and then the CNN. That's where we get our the feed that we want to implement, and then it now moves to the edit field where we are going to um, format the data on how we want it to come, and then the code note how we want it to execute. I don't know if I'm following.
Okay, let me explain that from beginning. Let me look at it this way first. Do you need a 5 minute break before I come back to explain?
No. I think we need that clarification so we can follow up better.
For the 5 minute break. I want people to have break today, actually. I want people to have break today. And this is 12. All right. Okay. So let me explain.
So I just discovered something now before the break. One last question, sir.
Mm.
I tried using the Vanguard News RSS feed,
Mhm.
and then the content is encoded.
Okay. We are going to check that later. Okay. You pay
Alright.
attention later, right? Now, let me explain this. This schedule trigger is a trigger that works with when you want it to work. Right. For now, I use 1 hour. For instance, if you want to be, if I want this newsletter to be posted or to be pulling news from this platform, all right? Let me rename this to NY Times. NY Times. Now, if I want this newsletter to be reposting or pulling news item every 1 hour, I will schedule it here. So it means every 1 hour, this guy will come and knock on the door of this guy, knock on the door, knock on the door. You understand? Every 1 hour, you come and knock on the door here, knock on the door here, knock on the door here. Hello, do you have news? Hello, do you have news? If they have news, they will always have news. Do you understand? They will always have news. Okay? Now, all those news that they are having, it now depends on you. Okay, you see, okay, all these news, all these 17 news, 100 news, sometimes 200 news items. Out of that 200 news items, 100 news items we are last year. 50 we are last year. 50 this year. Out of that 50 that is only 10 today. Are you going to pack all of them? Imagine when you want to publish a news and you're publishing a news or you are taking a news of or you're rewriting a news of 2 years ago. You understand? Now you now use your code word to do what? To screen them. That thing that you would have done in person. Imagine you are running a blog and you're supposed to. Is anybody here running a blog? Anybody here? Is anybody running a blog here? Any blogger here? Whether on social media or on website. Any blogger?
Yes, on blogger.com.
Okay. So how do you get your news?
From these platforms too, but we manually rewrite it with AI, then
Thank
repost.
you. Thank you. Now we are building a workflow that instead of you to go and be copying those news from CNN, from Al Jazeera, everything will just be doing on its own. Everything will be running on its own. You will not be going to copy the news and rewrite it on its own. Now, if you're going to the CNN to copy your news, you're going to New York Times to copy your news. Are you not going to copy only today's news? Are you going to copy last 10 years, last 2 years news?
It's only today's news.
Great. Now, you as a human being, you are copying today's news. But in this workflow, you want the workflow to automatically screen out any news item that is not today's news. That is why we need this code nodes to do what? To screen them out. Any news that is so even if it is tomorrow, that is why I use current day news. So even if it is tomorrow, it will screen out tomorrow's news and only use tomorrow's news. As the day is going, it's screening out automatically. We don't have to now do them manually. So in FL, this one goes every 1 hour to knock on CNN's door, to knock on New York Times door, to knock on BBC's door. Hello, BBC, do you have any news? BBC will now say, yes, I have a news. BBC will approve news. BBC will approve 34 news items and send it to the edit field. The edit field will now identify the useful items as you have set them and send it to the code node. What does the code node do? The code node will now screen. Oh, out of these 34 news items, it's only 10 news items that are today's news. And it will approve only 10 items. Can you see? The 34 news items coming in, only 10 went out. All right. So this is another use case. These are one of the several use cases for each program. Now, some people use AI to do this screening, but I always tell you when AI is overwhelmed, it's going to in fact, it's going to approve even last 10 years. Do you understand? Is that clear now? Everybody
Yes,
is
sir. So, sir, I'll have a question.
Yes.
So, for instance, we want to send out, we have already set up this workflow and we want to send out one particular news out of the 10. Which of the nodes are we going to put? Is it the switch node? Okay, sir.
We are going to limit. I told you that we are going to do up to 10 or more nodes, all nodes in this workflow. So
Okay, sir.
we will now use remove duplicate. We will now use the limiter. You understand? Remember how those nodes I taught in class one, I was telling you people, be very attentive here. Now we will do that. Now, all these items, remove duplicate. Loop items, all those things. It is now we are going to do so that you can see how all of them can work. Now, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I know it's going to be a long workflow. And it being a long workflow simply means that we are going to do several nodes. And those nodes, we may not get this area, we use them in the future in this class. So let us explore them so that you see how they can be used. So when you start building your own workflows at your own free time, you will remember that, okay, this was how this item was built. You can do it like this. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Always welcome. Don't worry, you're going to learn very well. Now, Let me now show you something. When I hit this execute, be watching these lines one by one once a year. Be watching them. Look at how the green line will flow. Another green line will flow, another green line will flow. Okay, just watch. You see the upper line is flowing, middle line, third line. Did you see how it went? Upper line, middle line, last line. However, they went fast. Okay. Now, next thing we have to add here now is this. Out of these 14 years items, out of these 14 years, we have to check if there are duplicates. Okay? If there are no duplicates, we have to do what? Limit them. First of all, the first thing we check is we put duplicates. Now, what these duplicates does, I told you there are two remove duplicate functions. Now, we're going to use item to repeated in current input, which means this current input, any item that is coming twice should be wiped out. But now, instead of using all fields, I'm going to use only selected field, and I'm going to use the news ID, the GUID. That is what I'm going to use. So once I use this GUID, I'm going to check is there any news that is coming twice. So it means there is no news coming twice here, 14 input, 14 output, right? No news item coming in twice. That's what it simply means. All right. So let's now check. And okay, I think I like how this guy has said this thing actually. Categories, it gave extra things like categories and all that. What? And the news creator, okay, news creator. Okay, this is how New York Times RSS feed produces. And that was why it errored out. It did not produce anything using the other one, if you understand. So here, okay, what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to turn off something here. I want to turn off something here on the edit field. All right, let me turn this off, include other fields. I want to turn it off. I'll turn this off. Lots of CNN then, I had to turn it off. CNN was not produced. I wanted to check, wasn't giving me a specification. All right, good. This is. And let's now see if this is going to work, which is should, here it has worked, and remove duplicates is going to check in these 14 items, are there news items that were repeated? If there were no news items that were repeated, it will allow them to pass. Now, another type of remove duplicate is that in this flow, this particular one is currently looking at any one that is repeated 2 times or more. But the next remove duplicate, any news that has run before, any news that has passed before, shouldn't allow it to pass again. Do you understand? Now, for the people in news blogging, let us assume that you came by 7 a.m. You saw that you saw a news headline, Trump or US bomb Iran by 7 a.m. and you posted it. You came back to CNN again to check again, and you still saw that same news headline. Are you going to copy it again? Yes or no?
Yes.
You're not going. Good. Since you are not going to copy it again, you will now use that ideology, that reasoning, that logic to put it into your workflow. So you will now tell your workflow that, okay, since you have copied or you have allowed this particular news to pass before, do not allow it to pass again. You understand? Do not allow it to pass again. So you should only allow new items to pass. So what it means is this one will check the ones that are double, while the next one we said the ones that have passed before. Now we are going to see in practice. Remove duplicates. Now, duplicates processed in previous execution. Item processed in previous execution. Look at it. Item processed in previous execution. Okay. Now I'm going to use this GUID, and I'm only going to value is. So when only a value is new, that is what it's going to do. Now let's see. You can see that it's allowed how many items to pass. Everybody, how many items is it allowed to pass?
14.
14.
14.
14 items. Now it has allowed 14 items to pass.
Hmm.
Okay. Now let me execute it again. Unmute your mind. Unmute your mind. Let me execute it again. How many items is it allowed to pass?
Discarded
No.
14.
It has
None.
discarded. It has discarded 14. Why did it discard 14?
The past before.
They passed before.
Because that 14 has passed before. You understand? Let me do it again. Let me add it afresh. We must get this by fire, by force. We must get this. Okay? I did on my own. You give me, you can't pay me, make a press your neck. Especially now, I'm going to press it. So you must get it, whether you like it or not. All right? Now, look at it. We are going to start from the beginning here. Okay? We are going to start from here. How many news items did New York Times produce?
18.
18.
How many news items are today's news according to the Java State Code?
14.
14.
How many news items we are kept since there is no duplicate inside them?
Still 14.
14.
How many news items we are kept since they haven't processed before?
14 also.
Now, these 14 that have passed right now, I'm going to execute it again and see if this 14 would pass again. How many passed now?
None.
None.
Why did none pass?
Because they've
You
passed.
run the workflow in quick succession.
Because they have passed.
And all before, yeah.
Thank you. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself.
So I have a question, please.
Yes.
These two remove duplicates, are they the same?
They are same, different. You will get them from one place, but there are different functions. It's just like you're choosing a node, and inside that node, you're choosing a particular function you want. Let me open it now. Okay. They are the same node, but inside them you choose their different functions. You can see here they have two functions. Two major, but they have three functions, but we are using this. Can you see?
Okay, you use the same node, but inside it there are different functions, so you use different one at each time.
God bless
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, God bless you. Okay. That is what I understood now, right?
Yes.
Sorry, can we see the second remove duplicate? Can we see the function?
No, don't worry. Look at it.
All right.
The first one was this first function.
Remove
Second one is second function. Now you can see the duplicate items already seen in previous execution. Remove duplicate from incoming items. The first one incoming item. This second one already seen in previous. Do you understand? Is that clear now?
Yes.
Good. Now the next thing is what we are going to merge all these. Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, we are going to merge all of them. But before we merge all of them, the question we have to ask is, I'm going to skip one particular thing here, but you'll be the one to do it. And that thing I'm going to skip here is I'm going to put limiter, but that limiter I'm going to put, right, is going to be picking from the first 5 items. Do you understand? It's going to be picking from the first 5 items only. Now, I will need you to put another code node before the limiter to randomize, so that whenever new item is coming, it will randomize, and to ensure that the first 5 items are no longer the first 5 items coming again. Does that make sense?
So if I'm getting you clearly, in each
This set of files
execution,
don't change.
if you pick a new 5 items, am I correct?
Yes, to randomize, but don't worry, when I'm done doing it, I'll tell you where to put it.
Okay, no problem. But where I'm having issues, you're saying randomize, like you could still repeat some of the previous
Yes,
5
yes,
items.
yes. It will still repeat. You can also try to know if it's possible never to repeat the first 5 items. All right, but then how does it keep memory? That's the thing. The code node, does it actually keep memory? That's another thing you have to check. Right. So let's go back. So here, what of this 14?
Get behind me.
What this is?
Nothing.
Who said that? That class rep.
It was me.
I'm actually, it's like you become our second class rep. So here, what I'm going to do here right now, you see why I keep deleting this? The reason I keep deleting this is the reason I keep deleting it is that one, look at it. Once it has executed, it cannot execute. It will not allow anything those things to pass again. So I will delete it and add it back. Okay. Then once I will not have to put limiter limit. Now this limit, what does it do? Out of these 14 items, if this 14 now this is now at your discretion. These 14 items, are they much for me? If your answer is yes, then limit it to the number that you want. So let me say I am limiting only 5 new items. I limit 14 items coming in. How many parts? 5 items. Why did 5 items pass? Because I limited it to only allow 5 items. And these 5 items, I chose the first 5 items. So it will read this and allow only the first 5 to pass. Okay? I can do the same thing to all these other ones, but that should be your assignment, right? So that you can complete it. We good?
Wait, sir. Such a this second remove duplicate. I'm seeing that it's keeping 4 items instead of non-items.
Yes, it's keeping 14. I have to delete it and add it again so that I can have data there to continue the next node. You understand? I still need the data there, so that's why I deleted it and added it again. Now, when I delete it and add it again, it will come as fresh. It has white. You understand? So if I execute it again, it will not allow 14 items to pass. But when I delete it and add it again, it will allow that 14 to pass. But when you are mapping, remember that you are mapping, so you need the data to pass. You need the data there, so that is why I am doing it. Okay.
So please, I see one issue here that I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
Let's say I have executed the first round and the second remove duplicate has executed successfully. The 14 items has passed through, but at putting them, only 5 were attributed at that time. Am I correct? But that doesn't mean, does that mean the remaining 9 are still in the memory of the limiter? That is my first question. Because if 5 execute, I mean, if 5 are put, I'm expecting that in another maybe 1 hour or thereabout, another 5 will put again from the limiter. But if that is not the case, if you have to run back again, the second remove duplicate will not allow them pass through because it is assumed that they have already passed the first time. Therefore, I'm losing a whole 9 items which were not initially outputted.
Yes, you are 100% correct. Okay, but what you have to look is what use case are you building with? Like I said, I am building with a use case in mind that I do not need all these 14 items. And if I am publishing news, maybe I publish every 2 hours, every 1 hour, every 3 hours, right? I wouldn't want to risk having the repeated news items come to the public. You understand? You can choose to allow them all the news items, maybe store them in spreadsheet, then you now copy from there and put. You can choose to do that, which is cool. In fact, that is the best, right? But to at least show you this is how you use these nodes. This is how they can be used in any use case, which you can tell on how, right? That is it. So if you're now building something to say, okay, it's possible that this limiting 5 items is actually going to constrain or bring a constraint that 9 items are missing and I need those 9 items, then you can remove the limiter, maybe store in a document or in a sheet first before pulling from the sheet to publish.
Okay.
You understand?
So what if this limiter was in between these 2 duplicates? Let's say the limiter comes in between the first remove duplicate and the second remove duplicate. Thereby, it will allow the 5 items to pass from the first remove duplicate successfully and get to the second remove duplicate, and then it will allow them pass. But in the next round of execution, the remove duplicate in the first place will allow them pass, and then another 5 will pass, but the last remove duplicate will not allow if they are the same thing that has passed before.
That is also correct. That is also correct. We can also do it here. It's also very correct. Do you understand? Very, very correct. But like I said, I'm going to skip something and I will allow you to randomize it. Even when you do it that way, it is possible that these same news items will come in the same sequence. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and it will also give that same limiting. You understand? So you can now I'm very glad that you're thinking towards the actual usage of this, which you are suggesting that we put it here. All right?
Yeah.
We put it here. Now, putting it here, this is one advice I will give you when you're putting it here. Put a code node to randomize. Understand?
Okay.
To randomize so that when it comes here, now randomizing does not actually mean that 100% is going to approve different items, but at least it increases the chances of approving different items. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So you can just randomize it here. That's add the code node here, randomize it so that it will reduce the chances or it will increase the chances of allowing different items to pass. You understand?
Okay.
So every other person, do you understand? Or were we talking to ourselves and telling stories?
We are following.
All right. Good. So I'm going to still use the video ID again. And you know why I keep deleting and adding. Or let me see if I can actually pin. So I have pinned the 5 items there. Okay. Now, question now is this. These items are coming here, these ones are coming here, these ones are coming here. Am I going to make use of them differently? The answer is no. I'm not going to make use of them differently. So I need to merge them to become an output. So I'm going to add merge. I'm going to add merge. Okay, I'm going to add merge, and in the merge, I'll just set it to be as 10. So the incoming data would be, let it open. Number of inputs 3 in the merge. I presume that everybody here has watched the opening video. So all this one shouldn't be issued to you again. How I'm doing all these things. So that is why you have to follow up the opening videos so that.
So please, what do you use to duplicate this thing at once?
Control
It's
D.
still
Control D.
control
Control
space or
D.
control.
Yes, Control D. So I
Okay.
unpin this. I unpin this. All right. Now let me just allow this to pass and allow this. All right. So let us see what is going to happen here. Okay. Let's see. Can you see all of them are going one by one? And
Yes.
5, 5, 5. How many are?
3 passed. So that means that 3 we now publish.
5 items here, 5 items here, 5 items here. How many?
15.
15.
Okay,
15.
15 altogether.
Who are saying that thing? Yeah. We'll go back to please everybody let's contribute money so that she'll go and do her she did
Our
not
eyes don't block, please. Our
My
eyes
head
don't
don't
block.
blow, I
Thank
swear.
Lord.
I'm not seeing anything again.
Mr. Chibuze, this doesn't mean that the 5 items that pass in each is not carrying similar storylines or same storyline. Am I correct?
no
Because the storyline.
they pass are different in different stuff. All right. Look at this. Look at this here. New York items, New York Times. Let me go to table. New York Times, right? Now, this is New York Times. Now, these are undefined. Now, this undefined, I'll tell you why they came in undefined. BBC, okay, this is, I'll tell you why they came undefined. Al Jazeera. See them coming in as separate, and there is undefined here. But if you add an edit field here, if you do it, I'm just trying to cut it short. If you add an edit field here and ensure that all of them have, let me show you. Yeah, if you add an edit field here and ensure that all of them have the exact same input, you see that all of them will pass as well organized. But now they are scattered. Let's do that.
It's very organized now.
Okay, please, I just have something to ask before you continue, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. I want to assume that I'm wrong, but I'm going to ask to get clarity. You see, each line here, the New York Times has their own news, BBC has their own news, and Al Jazeera has their news. And I think there is a possibility that the news can be broadcasted by New York Times can also be broadcasted by Al Jazeera and can also be broadcasted by BBC. So I understand that in each of the line of execution, it is going to filter repetition of news, but it's only filtering on that RSS link for each of the news broadcasting channels. So that's why I'm confused how they will not broadcast same news. Hence, it's not filtering for all of them at the same time, but it's filtering for each link at a time.
Okay, hold on first, hold on. You see that this thing has, okay. So why is it showing not here? I'm trying to otherwise showing not here, not here. Okay, content. Okay, anyone that doesn't have content snippet, is going to, okay, yeah, I know why. Here, I think here we didn't use content. We didn't use content snippet here. We use content, not snippets. That's what we did. So sorry, hold on. Yes, this is it here. So I'm coming inside to go to market again. Inside to use link. Sorry, that question. Let me correct it before again. Publish it. Hold on. Where did this come from actually? Where did this come from actually? I think I used this thing. No. Okay. The first, yeah, this is the error here. This is the error. Okay. I'm going to run this again. This is the error. So creator, title, update, all of them came, title, link, update. Here, this first item, remember that time that CNN was giving us issues, or was giving me issues rather, I had to make it differently. So that differently, I made it, I made its own data to appear differently. Okay, so I'm going to correct that, and it's going to affect here. It's going to affect here. All right. It's going to affect here. So these are the things. News content. All right. So these are the things you should actually text when doing your workflow. But you carefully, like I said, do not assume. Always do and see that it worked or it did not work. Do not assume. If I assume that everything will be fine, what has everything been fine? No, just because of one change I made. I removed CNN and I had a different edit field set up for CNN. Because of that, it has affected something else, right? That's what happened. Okay. Okay. So here, yes, JavaScript is not now. JavaScript has refused to execute because I changed this again. You get it? If I change it, and what is the result of all this? Because of a single RSS feed, I changed CNN. I changed it to what's it called? I changed it to New York Times. But let me check. Yes. So imagine I was to do this for a client, and I'm assuming that okay, everything is okay, and at the end of the day, it will now give me okay. That has worked now. And at the end of the day, the thing will now give me what's it called? Disappointment. Or the client will start calling me. Oh, you did this, but it's not working. You did it, it's not working. You did it, it's not working. All right. How am I going to now fix that? Yeah, it's content. Yeah, GUID, need link, it's content is null. Right? But then each one is here, the content here is null again. Okay. So I'm going to just leave this, but let me check the news content. Yeah, look at the news content is undefined. Where is the news content? Now it's coming as news snippet. It's coming as news content, but that's outdated content. You understand? So that's why. What is this one coming as again? These are the things you have to sit down, check one after the other. You see, news title, I will have to mark news title. News link, I'll have to mark news link. All right. News date, publish date, I will have to mapping is very important that you check out before saying, oh, you are done. Okay, and I repeat this. Yeah, everything correct? Just because of that. And all these other errors now is because I duplicated. The first day I made duplicates, I told you guys that even when you duplicate, ensure you check it. I duplicated an item. Now, on duplicate I made, it worked for one, but did it work for others? It did not work for others. So when you make your duplicate, you must check. Did it work correctly? Did it not work correctly? But a duplicate that works correctly for item A may not work correctly for another item. All right. And to be honest, I am happy they happen here so that you would see them by yourself, not theory. You know, we don't do theory. So another thing, now that because I did duplicate, it is going with new source as BBC. All the new source are BBC. All the new sources, they are BBC. I'm going to show you. I changed one now to Al Jazeera. Okay, look at this one. I've changed this one to Al Jazeera. So let's go to that of BBC. I've changed. Let's check this one. You see, this one will be BBC and it will be manual. BBC is okay, but look at it. It is manual here. Okay, so instead of that, I would rather map it. Okay, the next one, New York Times will also be BBC. Because I did what I duplicated instead of mapping manual. You can see it as well. This is New York Times, so I will also map it. All right, so let's hope everything now would be correct. I don't know where my everything we could. So the last person that asked questions, I didn't hear. We have all answered now. Okay. We have all answered. So the last person that asked questions, I didn't really get you. Not that I didn't get it, but I forgot it. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I understand. So I was saying, I was pointing that all the line of execution are using the RSS feed link to capture their individual news. Therefore, a news that is executed or broadcasted by CNN can also be broadcasted by CBN and can also be broadcasted by Al Jazeera. So executing it here, it is going to, I feel like it's going to run and it's not going to screen that, okay, this news has already been broadcasted by CNN, so let Al Jazeera not carry the news and let BBC not carry the news. And the filter, the remove duplicate we have already implemented here is only checking for that line, not comparing with other line of execution, thereby creating a parallel execution for individual line. So if we don't find a way to match them all to compare
them,
duplicate between the individual lines, it means it will still be able to output the same news at the end of the execution.
Who is making this? This is Kirian. Kirian, right?
Yes, this is Kirian.
Okay. So I like that observation, which is very, very valid. Right? But before I answer that, let me show you. You know, before here was showing null and but you can see that everything has corrected now. Everything has corrected because all these AD fields are now exact identification. And you cannot use of New York Times. Sorry, let me count it. New York Times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Al Jazeera 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everything is now showing very accurate, right? Okay, now that your question is actually very valid. But I think probably, I do not know. I am not sure if Cohort can do that again. But how about we try using remove duplicate here and see if it will work again?
No, I was of the opinion that instead of having multiple lines, why not just merge it from the first code node, from the first to the one single remove duplicate. Yes, all code node to one remove duplicate.
No, it won't work. So I've tried it before. It won't work. It will still give you, because sometimes those news items can come in different words. This is the same meaning but different words. So what that one is looking at is word to word. Let's try it so you see. You understand? This one, this remove duplicate is looking at word to word. I identical. Let's say spelling. Anything that says I am a boy. If another I am a boy comes, it won't allow it to pass. You understand?
Okay.
So it does not intelligently look at it like AI would do. Even if I add it here, it will not intelligently look at it. Do you understand? But I think to do that, you have to run an extra course, which is using AI to do it. You understand? If you want to do that, we could have to run an extra course by using AI to analyze it. Understand? So we have to check if there is an AI node that actually does analyze, or we use the AI agent to do that work. You understand?
I understand.
But then this is actually this is my advice in terms of doing like this. If your point is very valid, right? But if instead of doing something like this, we could say this one world news source, this one crypto news source, use one financial news source. You understand? Let's say you're using the BBC for world news, use Setpoint for tech news, use Coin Market Cap for crypto news. You understand? So you know that okay, what news is coming only one, and you're rewriting. You're either using AI to rewrite. But let's see if that duplicate is going to work. You understand? Now it's only going to work if it finds word to word, similar words or things like that. If it doesn't find them, I'm not setting it up. Right?
Okay. I'm sorry.
So let's say selected field and let's use the English content. Let's use the English content. It's going to work. Is it not going to work? Yeah, you see, it's actually applied with 15 items. Even if there are, so it does not do it intelligently. Because it does not do it intelligently like AI would have done. So this year, don't look at it that is too much. When you start building this workflow, you find yourself flexing this load, adding one at one mistake you ever make, one mistake you will ever make is sitting down to look at this thing is too much. If you look at it that way, you're not going to do it. But when if you realize that it's one node at a time, you find out that you will do it. So let us count. Have we used any app-based nodes here? We've not used any app-based nodes. Everything we use are call nodes. So how many nodes have we used here? Let's count. You unmute your mic, let's count. One. Yeah.
Two,
Two, three,
four,
five,
Five.
six,
And the
seven,
last
8.
Eight call nodes. And we've not used any app-based nodes. Right? Now, this workflow is supposed to teach you. You must not need to do something like this. But it is to teach you that you can pull news from a news source. You use a deep field to map them, identify them. You use your code news to screen and I click only today's news. You use remove duplicate to to deduplicate items, you use your limit to limit number of flows. You remove duplicate again to stop the ones that are flown before to flow again. Then you use merge to fit all of them together. Do you understand? That is the essence of this workflow. Because if we have to do everything, we may not have to get another use case where we use limit, duplicate, or RFSC. That is why I always use this workflow so that it can put in your mind that okay, these other workflows exist aside from the day I did introduction. You will know that these other workflows, so this other means will do what will exist. If I don't do it now, probably a lot of you have forgotten that there is limit. A lot of you have forgotten that there is remove duplicate. A lot of you have forgotten that there is merge. True or false?
True.
So,
Like, somebody finished first. I did not say all of you. I said a lot of you. All right. Now, let's continue, or let's do our 5 minutes break so that you.
5 minutes break. Yeah.
I have something to say or
Okay.
ask.
Okay.
Now that peradventure we have a client or our own site or blog site,
Yeah.
for instance, and now we have already set up this workflow. How are we going to add in the client's um, blog site into this workflow so that it can output that those news? Is this workflow going to send this news to the person's blog directly?
If the person
I don't know
wants
if
it,
you understand what
if the
I'm
person
asking.
wants no, if the person wants it to be that way, it would. But if the person doesn't want it, then you store it in a document. But most people wants to review. Most people want to see.
Okay,
But
before you execute.
no, then they will now copy it or do another a sub workflow that will execute it once they approve.
Okay, so there is a way to store it and keep.
The way you've been storing things on spreadsheet,
Okay.
you understand?
Watching more.
Confidence, manage.
So some clients, in fact, most times this is the best. Actually, this is the best practice. No matter how well AI can write, because I'm going to add
Are we on
now.
break to use ladies? Are we on break?
Yes,
No.
yes, you can go on. Yes, you're on break. You're on break now. Anybody? Yes,
Break.
we
Yeah.
are
Plus and for.
we are on 5 minutes break. So this is 12:54. By 1 o'clock, we'll continue for 30 minutes, and we are going to end the class. Okay. So for now, you want to stretch, or even me, I want to stretch my legs. Not be only in a high the block.
yeah, one drink your water, drink.
Go drink pure water. If you add small sugar inside, so that life
Can
will
we go out? I want to step down to buy something downstairs.
Gary will be better.
you have 5 minutes.
Gary,
You have
Hey,
anything you
don't say
want to
anything
do.
again. No, don't say anything. Let's go out and come back.
Okay. So when we come back from break, yeah, you can ask your question. But aside this, any other person you can say what you want to say. All of them don't go break immediately. Hey, that means when I want really go this break.
Okay. Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
It's about the code node.
Mhm.
Okay, when you introduce it to us, you said there is no limitation on things we can use it for.
Mhm. I
So
say it
on
is the
this,
mailing. It is the mailing of N8N. You can use it to do almost everything.
okay, so my question now is on this flow now, why are we now introducing duplicate and remove duplicate if we can still use the code node to do it, all those things?
On your own workflow, you can do it. I said, I repeated it like up to 3 times. That I am doing this long workflow to show you what you can use other nodes to do. Oh, you can be very creative on your own. To instead of using 10 nodes, you do only 5 nodes to achieve the same result. 100% achievable. I can decide to remove some of these nodes here and shorten it. Do you understand? I can decide to remove them and shorten it, and it was work. Fine. You understand? But I need you to see the possibilities of these other nodes. Because just like I said few minutes ago, like 2 minutes ago, just like I said that if I did not do this workflow, some of you, in fact, a lot of you must have forgotten that there are nodes like that that exist. True or false?
Yeah, that's true.
Some of you must have forgotten that there are nodes like that that exist. So that is why I want to explore all, in fact, see how I can explore or use all the core nodes for this class ends. All this class finishes in the next 3 or 4 weeks. You understand? So when you're now building on your own, you remember that okay, we use this. This is how we use this node. So I can try using it like this. This is how we use that node, so I can try using it that way. You understand?
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you.
So on your own, you can now. I will keep saying this. There is no limit to how you can explore. At most, if there is an error, if you can't go back, delete your workflow and start afresh. Archive and start afresh. You understand? But do not limit yourself to that thing coach don't teach. Don't limit yourself to that. Try other things, just like you are now, totally, right? In your mind now, you have started thinking about possibility of replacing some of these nodes with code nodes. 100% good. I love that. And I want to tell you, go and try it. You understand? Try it and see. Now, if it works, you will know that, oh, okay, instead of me using this plenty node, I can actually use this code node. If it doesn't work, you will try another thing. You understand? Now, that is how I will always tell you, and I'll beat my chest to say that is how I myself, I learned. Okay, so do like that, and you'll be very, very much better. Okay. And let me ask you guys, everything you have been building here, in as much as you're just building, just the beginning, everything you have been building here, can't you see to an extent that it is relatively unique to a lot of things you are seeing people post? Like these things that we are doing, can't you say that it is? I'm not saying it is completely unique because yes, definitely things will be similar everywhere, but can't you see that when you come up with something you built by yourself, and so just like I will tell you, go and explore with the code node. The person that built football once, go and check out here on LinkedIn. You probably not see anyone similar to your own. This is unique to you. You've built it. You are proud that you built something like this. You put from here, that is where you keep exploring, doing it by yourself and going. I would not like to see, I would not like to continue saying that, okay, what confidence built, Barnabas built it, Kingsley built it, Kirian built it, Fatima, sorry, Kelvin built it, Nancy built it, Khadija built it, Ahmed built it. No, that is not the way it works. You understand? Once you're done, there's some of these assignments I will tell you go and complete. So once you complete, and I will now also give you an extra one that you should use your own mind to do. Which means that one, do one, build it to your own understanding, your own uniqueness, so that it will not clash with any other person's own. That is the essence. It will keep making you to be thinking fast, thinking about originality and creativity. Right? So I need you people to have that in mind, that that's what this class mainly is all about. It's not about learning to drag and drop nodes. It's about your own creativity, your own uniqueness. Yeah, Barnabas.
Yeah. So my question is the process from the edit field. I think from the NY time to the edit field, then to the code node. I just needed the prompt. I think there's a prompt. I can't really remember, but I understood everything you've been doing so far. The prompt from that edit field, where you copy the edit field and the code node to ChatGPT to give it a prompt for something. I'm getting to skip that part.
Okay, I'm not going to give you the prompt. If you want me to give you the prompt, you pay me 10,000 naira. I'll give you the prompt. This is why. This is why. If I give you that prompt,
My brother, if coach no gree give, hey, come to me. I'll give you 5,000. I will give it to you.
so,
But it's in the video now. I just don't want to wait.
No, wait. You don't use the prompt for it. You check. I did not prepare any prompt in my head. I just asked you, give me so. For the usage you want, what do you want to achieve in the code node? Tell it. Don't rely on my prompt. Don't rely on YouTube.
Yeah, actually, it's not about the prompts. Actually, that's what I'm asking. It's what we did from that edit field to the code node. Yeah,
Okay.
getting the prompt is not a problem.
I copied this to
Yeah.
and fed it to AI, ChatGPT or Grok. Told it what I need this code node to do for me, which means let the code node output only current day's news, screen and output current day's news.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You understand? So anything you
Yeah.
want it to do, if you want it to screen everything and output Nancy is a woman, fine. Give you a code for that. Simple.
So you were not getting. I think you were getting errors from.
Yes. Initially, I got error from ChatGPT, so I had to go to Chrome. But it's possible you don't get error. Now, any error you get, any error you get, copy the code again. Copy it again. Go and repeat it and tell it the error you got.
Okay.
Understand?
All right. Thank you.
But bro, if you know JavaScript very well, you don't need to go back. You can just edit the code and it will still run.
That's for people who know JavaScript. But for people who don't, just go back. Nancy, go ahead.
Okay, sir, please go back to that the workflow.
How much you go pay?
I'll dash you 500 naira for month. Okay, so the output ending part, we have edit field and merge. Now let's say on the last edit field, we have set it to extract 5 and 5 and the last 5. Now on the merge we have 15. I want to understand, we are not going to send out these 15 news at the same time, right?
What do you want to achieve? You want to send 15 news? You want to send 2 news? You want to send 3 news? You want to send 1 news?
Okay. I want to understand that if I want to send out one news out of this 3 news whatever website. So I mean, I can be able to set on the edit field one each, then merge it to be 3.
No.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah. You can actually it's this limit, you limit it. But now, if you want to push out these 15 news items, but you don't want to push them all at once, If you want to push them in 5 minutes each, 5 minutes each,
Yes.
that is where you need split out.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Split. Yes.
That's where you need to split out. Now,
Uh,
and on this split out, let me drag new content and put here. Let me drag new content. On this split out, look at new content. Okay, I'm coming. How many items does it show here? 15 items. Okay, I'm coming. I want to check the actual thing that can work with this one here. This is how different it is. But let me check here. Title. Let me check here. Title. How did it also? All right. Okay. So, but let me see. Um, let me use this and see all of that please and see how it would proceed. Okay. Yeah. It came well. Okay. So this split out, I'm going to use here, right? And now choose to use loop. You understand? I can now
okay.
choose
So
to,
that's where it comes in.
yeah, that is where loop will come in, so that all of them will now go one after the other.
The
One
other.
after the
And we
other,
are
right?
going to schedule it.
No, hold on. When
Okay.
they go one after the other, okay, I will replace the okay. If I want now I'm going to now work it inside here. So I will now replace it with so anyone that goes off, okay, fine. Let me just do something here, right? Let me do something here. Let me replace it with AI. Let me replace it with AI agent, right? Then, as I'm replacing this with AI agent, I'm putting wait. Wait. You understand? It is 5 minutes, and I want my wait to be 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All items, you come to this AI agent, and we write them. You want it to be stored or do you want it to be posted after that activity? You will now wait and go back to the loop. You understand? Now, let's say I want it to be stored in a spreadsheet. I'll put this sheet here. See, I know I need to make my work short for you so that it won't be too long and you get confused. Now,
Confused.
let's I want to store it. Okay? Now, I will store it. So, you choose after it, or you want to post it or something, you want to send it anywhere you want to send it. Now, assuming that sending is here, this is what you want to send. If you want to post it on Facebook, you want to post it anywhere, you put it here. Then you now put wait to wait another 5 minutes. Another one to post. 5 minutes. Another one to post. Then let me just quickly show you this. Let me quickly show you this. Why I say why this kind of okay, the essence of this, right? We haven't entered AI yet, but let me use this to show you. Okay, and I will come here. I'll come here and say, let me execute here. Problem. Let me execute here. So this is the essence why you have to pin at vital points. Now, you see, I am going to execute this particular one, but it has gone back. So that execution from back. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
This is the essence of
Yes.
pinning items. You understand? This is the essence of pinning. Now, imagine I did not pin it and this was a form. I will have to go and fill that form afresh. I have to go and fill that form afresh. Okay. So I'm going to come here in this area agent and then write this news item. Do you understand? I'll write this news
Yes, sir.
item. I'll tell the AI to rewrite it just like the ChatGPT would have done it for you, right? Then I will say you are an expert in news editing. Okay, let me say rewrite the news item with original. This is just a placeholder prompt. It's not really a very good prompt to, rewrite the original language. If you now want to give credit, okay, write the news items with original language and give credit to each news source. All right. Then you come here and say news item, all right, or news content, you drag it and put news headline, where's that news headline? Okay, that's news title. All right, then news source, news source in your pen. Now let us see what we just this small prompt here. That's what it's going to produce. So for this particular news now, news report, President Trump has oscillated between proudly asserting the dominance of the US and expressing profound frustration when blah 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 blah. Credit, New York Times headline. Understand? That's giving the headline and the credit. Okay, but the most important thing is that now I can choose to. I'm not going to go there now. Okay, I'm not going to go there, but I can tell it strictly write in news flash format with headline at the top. Do you understand? With headline at the top. Then let's see how it's going to rewrite. Okay. So this is the essence, man. Wild ultimatum and bombing our little heart out. The portrait of blah 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 blah. Okay. Then you see New York Times. It has given credit to New York Times. President, you get. So that is it here. Then you can now use this output. Now it means that this workflow is going to wait. Let's do it in practice. Let me change this wait load to be just 5 seconds instead of 5 minutes. Let me change it to be 5 seconds so we can see how it is going to loop over all these items. So be ready to just be feeding your eyes. Let us do. First one has processed, second one turn to wait, third one turn to wait. All right. The first one is writing. Second one has waited. Can you see how it's waiting here?
Yes.
It's waiting. Fourth one waiting again. First one has one, as the fifth one, there's writing, there's waiting, there's key again, gone again. So it is not going to write 15 news items. So imagine you put here to be waiting 5 minutes or 30 minutes. It means that it will wait for the next one to go. You understand? Then when it goes, after everything is done, this is now where your workflow will continue, which I'm going to show you. He is writing the 9th item. Writing the 9th item. Okay?
A kind of the subheading.
What?
Is the
No,
AI agent writing the subheading of the news or what?
He's just writing the news in brief. It's just that if you wanted to write it to be a full or bigger news item, it's full. All right, so I just needed to write the news in brief. But we are going to check all those news items. But the
Sorry,
thing,
that node under AI agent is what?
this one
Yeah.
is the model. Don't bother about the AI agent. When we enter AI agent, I will tell you. But it is the AI model, just like the ChatGPT, your Grok, and every other one. AI model that powers AI agent. You understand? That is what powers it.
But sorry, let me ask, why do we need to wait? Why do you actually have to wait?
He says, what if she doesn't want to post or send all of them at once?
At once. You know why I asked that question, sir? Sorry. You know, some of these news, maybe let's say I hosted my blog on blogger.com, and you know they have a crawler. So you cannot post 5 news at the same time. You understand? It will look as if you are spamming the site or your blog.
So
Do you get what I mean?
Yes, I got. So my listen is, I think probably is network is stop, but it's running right there. Because I'm
Yes, it's running here too.
going to stop it. Yes, it even having it to stop it. But let's check what the AI agent has produced so far. It's like 12 items. It has run 12 items. But let's check the 12 new items. Look at it. Let's check the output for the pound brand. Down branch doesn't have anything yet. So let's do this. Let's check what has gone to the window. To check that. Look at this. It has written this information from Al Jazeera, the person by Al Jazeera. See it from New York Times, from people, from BBC. You understand me? Please mute your mind. Mute your mind.
So now they collect.
Come, Alabra.
The guy uses 5 minutes well. You are muted. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, okay. So another reason why you have to wait is that just like you say, some platforms, but almost all API or platforms, almost all APIs you're going to use, they have a rate limiting. So you check their rate limiting, which means in a minute, how many runs can you run with that API? How many things can you run on that API? Just like you said now that the blogger.com, you cannot run more than a certain number of things per minute or you understand? If you go and push all these things at once, you get yourself blocked. Number one. Number two, another reason to limit is things like this. Imagine you have 100 items coming in, 100 news items. Can your AI catch 100 items at once and write them at once? The AI is going to break. You use your weight, group and weight, so that you write them one by one, one by one, one by one. Understand? If not, it's going to break. Or when it breaks, errors are. Okay? So this is the usage of this split out.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification. So what's the default wait period that is ideal that you actually allow the AI to wait or to think? Yeah.
No. There's no default wait period in this, right? Number one, depends on where. Now, if it is this AI agent here, if it's one inside here, it will only continue when it is done. Do you understand? This particular one, it will only continue when it is done. Now, if you now have other integrations outside, now like that your spreadsheet, for instance, that will be missing. You'll be surprised to know that even Google have their way to, like if you probably push more than 100 items at once, they will lock you up. They'll block your API. That integration you do, they'll block it. They will first of all lock your account. I've sent 100 messages from my Google, my Gmail. They locked my account. I have to do verification to reopen this. Now I can't use that API anymore. I think I have to now change it. I have to do another client. But then, even here, I use 10 seconds wait period. I think Gmail, you cannot fire 20 emails or so within how many seconds? I have to use 10 seconds. I have to browse it, then use 10 seconds for each email to send with. So the AI here, this AI agent can use another 10 seconds, but that is not your business. Whenever it finishes, the workflow will continue. When the workflow continues, wait for that time you set it, then it will continue. Then you go and pick another one, go and pick another one, go and pick another one until it finishes. Understand? When it finishes, then it continues on the timeline. You understand? So, what determines the weight you use? For instance, let's say you are writing let's say you are doing video on video 3.
Sorry,
You're
Mr.
giving
Chibeza. Some people are saying that it's raining heavily at their side and they can't hear you.
Okay. I mean, I just have by that there. Very serious on my end. Right now, something here. Anyway, the class has ended already. I said we are supposed to do error limiting. Sorry, questions to system, but let's not do that now because you're going to get some more class. So this is what I'm going to. This will be your assignment.
Assignment, okay.
Yes, you'll have the assignment. A very simple
Let's go
one.
play around with the one we just did today. Let's go and play around with that one because
I thought you wanted to send this is it Oguna Biwa to go and hold the ring when you said, okay, let me check.
I want confidence to go and hold the ring for us. Tomorrow to hold the ring. If you train tomorrow, confidence to pay us money, 100,000.
Please, what's our assignment and when are we submitting?
Tomorrow.
Jesus.
we have other things to do today now.
The assignment is all about work.
Even that last one, the last assignment, it took me some, like I did it from morning to evening. Like I was inside from morning to evening.
They know some of them are working though. Hey, as I'm talking to you,
you don't allow you to do anything. That's it.
Prosper.
Sir?
You paid me money to make sure you learn, have you?
Yes. But,
Thank you very much. You see, now you're not the one. Teacher is not even complaining. Student that is not complaining.
Even my eyes say blood for this one, but I don't want to talk.
Okay, so the assignment is just
I
this
don't
one.
know.
Repeat this one I just did. Just do it only. Leave the AI side.
Okay, no.
Leave from here. Leave from here. Just repeat this one. Just leave from here. Okay. Then when we enter AI, we'll come back to this workflow and continue. But just leave from here. Do
Please,
only
if
from
we can-
here down.
We can get this thing correctly. So we are stopping here. That is all for the assignment, right?
Yes, you are doing from here to stop here.
Split out.
Yes,
That is just all. No any additional assignments.
no.
Ah, thank God.
Next class is tomorrow, so you're submitting it before tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class is 6 p.m. Nigerian time.
Oh.
I want to ask again, Mr. Chibeze, next week Sunday is Easter Sunday. Are we having class on by next week Sunday?
Let's have class tomorrow first.
I want to look. I want to.
Sorry, when are we submitting this assignment?
Before tomorrow's class, 4 p.m. Nigeria time tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say we should use the code node to randomize the assignment?
Yes, you can use the code node.
No.
If you cannot use the code node to randomize, it's okay. Just do it like it, no problem. But you can use the code node to randomize. Add it. Optional for you, right? Because it's just a quick assignment, but you will later receive assignments on this same work that you have to use both the AI, code node, and everything.
So my question is, can I use two code nodes sequentially, like one code node and then the next one a code node again?
Yes, if they will ask it correctly, yes, no problem.
I want to ask, to refresh our memory, what is the first step you did? Not the first step, the second step on that RSS. What did you tell ChatGPT then?
To give you RSS feed link.
Okay.
For latest news or current news for the platforms you want.
Okay, because that is the second step before these whole steps.
Please, when are we getting the video?
Once the video is ready, you get it.
Jesus Christ.
So let me stop sharing and let me stop recording. So
Let's get the video early so we can conclude with it.
Google now. It is Google that releases the video.